Hello there and welcome back. Tonight we will embark on a soothing exploration entitled Fall Asleep with the Quiet Science of Milk's Complete Nutrition, inviting you to gently settle in as we immerse ourselves in the calming details behind this remarkable liquid that has quietly nourished generations across the globe. Picture a serene kitchen counter at the start of a peaceful morning, the soft light filtering through a distant window, illuminating a simple glass of milk resting upon a smooth wooden or marble surface. In these early hours, as you relax and let your eyelids grow heavier by the moment, imagine tracing the gentle highlights of that glass, noticing how the faint glow outlines the edges of the milk itself, hinting at the many layers of life-sustaining nutrients contained within. There is something tranquil about the pale whiteness of milk, a quiet tapestry of proteins, vitamins, minerals, and other micronutrients that come together to form one of nature's truly complete food sources. This marvelous equilibrium did not happen by accident. It emerged through countless generations of mammalian evolution, a silent symphony designed to support new life from its earliest stages. Across the animal kingdom, milk is the first and primary nourishment mammals receive, a carefully orchestrated fluid that supplies an infant body with everything it needs to begin its journey on this planet. As we calmly examine milk in this gentle, unhurried manner, we discover that from a strictly nutritional viewpoint, it has a precise balance that covers so many bases. There are proteins which act as the building blocks of our muscles, organs, and cellular infrastructure. There are fats which provide a steady reservoir of energy, crucial for growth and for fueling the body and mind. There are carbohydrates, in particular the simple sugar known as lactose, which gently supplies immediate energy to a developing organism. Then come the vitamins and minerals, each fulfilling a special role, each contributing to the harmonious interplay that makes milk such a quietly powerful substance. As you allow your body to unwind, let your curiosity drift softly toward the way proteins in milk act to strengthen and repair muscle tissues. In milk you'll often hear about two main categories of proteins, casein and whey. Together they represent a perfect duo. Casein, often described as a slow-digesting protein, offers a steady release of amino acids over time, making it valuable for sustaining your body's tissues even during periods of rest. Meanwhile, whey protein is more rapidly digested, delivering a quicker influx of amino acids that can be beneficial right after physical exertion, or whenever muscles might need a faster supply of replenishing nutrients. The synergy of casein and whey is no loud flourish, but rather a gentle interplay, much like background harmonies that keep a melody afloat. Through this lens, you can see how milk's protein composition helps support a variety of bodily processes, providing building material for the very cells that make up our tissues. Now picture this glass of milk again, in that peaceful morning glow. We swirl the milk just slightly, observing its smooth, opaque surface, and recalling that milk's texture and appearance are influenced by its fat content. Milk's fats are packaged into globules, which is why unhomogenized milk can separate, forming that classic layer of cream on top. In a modern setting, the milk you often see on store shelves is homogenized, meaning the fat particles have been broken down into much smaller droplets to maintain that uniform consistency. This quiet interplay of fats, proteins, and natural emulsifiers allows the milk to remain stable, making it easy to consume. Beyond simple aesthetics, these fats function as a source of slow-burning energy that helps keep our bodies fueled and satisfied. They also serve as carriers for certain vitamins that rely on dietary fats for absorption, including vitamins A, D, E, and K. As your mind floats gently on these thoughts, consider the arrival of crucial minerals and vitamins within this comprehensive liquid. Milk is famously associated with calcium, and for good reason. In many cultures around the world, milk is one of the primary sources of this essential mineral, which is woven into the very structure of our bones and teeth. Calcium provides stability and strength while also playing a role in muscle contraction and nerve function. If you trace your mind back to that sweet scene of an infant or a calf feeding, you can see how important it must be for the newborn to have an immediately available supply of this key mineral to develop sturdy bones and begin exploring the world. Meanwhile, phosphorus often works in tandem with calcium, playing its own integral role in bone health and energy metabolism, and we find that it too is present in milk in just the right proportions nature intended. Alongside calcium and phosphorus, milk also offers ample potassium, which contributes to healthy muscle contractions and helps maintain proper fluid balance in the body. And let us not forget magnesium, though present in slightly smaller amounts, which is nonetheless essential for more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body. The significance of these minerals is vast, though we only perceive them in that single glass of milk as a tranquil white fluid that slips quietly down our throats. Let that awareness deepen as you gently relax, paying attention to how your breathing slows, your shoulders loosen, and your eyelids grow a bit heavier with each moment of stillness. Now we take a breath and drift toward the realm of vitamins hidden in that gentle swirl of milk. Vitamin B12 stands out as a particularly important presence, aiding in the formation of red blood cells and supporting healthy brain function. This vitamin is most often found in animal-based foods, so milk can be quite a reliable source for those who include dairy in their diets. Additionally, milk frequently contains riboflavin, or vitamin B2, which helps our bodies break down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. It also assists in energy production within our cells. Meanwhile, vitamin A supports vision, immune function, and a range of physiological processes. And in many places, milk also comes fortified with vitamin D, a crucial factor in helping our bodies absorb calcium and maintain mineral balance for bone strength. In this unhurried moment, you can linger on the realization that what seems so simple, a glass of milk, can quietly contain such a versatile blend of nutrients, all invited to move in harmony, benefiting the body in subtle and profound ways. Allow that quiet sense of gratitude to pass through your mind as you imagine the wonder of small micrograms of vitamins and minerals gently traveling into your system, each playing their part in keeping you healthy and content, much as they do in the many mammals around the world that rely on milk for their earliest nourishment. Easing further along, let us gently consider how milk came to be so nutritionally complete, tracing back the evolutionary purpose that brought about its composition. Mammals produce milk for their offspring, ensuring that from the moment they are born, there is an immediate source of proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals to jumpstart growth. Over countless millennia, this composition adapted and fine-tuned in different species, reflecting each one's specific needs and environment, yet always retaining those key elements of growth and nourishment. Humans have in turn adapted many forms of dairy consumption, from fresh milk to a wide variety of cheeses, yogurts, and other cultured products, all of which place this original nutrient formula in different culinary contexts. Yet in its purest form, as you might find in a simple glass poured for your enjoyment, milk remains quite close to that ancient blueprint. Because we are in that mental space of quiet reflection, let us pause to note that while milk often comes from cows in many parts of the world, it can also come from goats, sheep, buffalo or camels, each providing its unique flavor and slightly varied nutrients. Even so, the principle remains: milk serves as a quintessential source of many nutrients fundamental for growth and maintenance of the body. Picture yourself, still in that softly lit kitchen, hearing nothing but the hush of early morning, and perhaps the quiet hum of a distant appliance. Milk stands before you in the glass, unassuming yet brimming with a synergy of life-supporting elements. When talking about bone-strengthening properties, many people think of calcium first, but it is not merely the calcium. The proteins in milk also help maintain bone density by providing a supportive matrix, and the presence of vitamin D, especially in fortified milk, enhances the absorption of calcium into the bloodstream. This synergy fortifies the bones from a structural standpoint, while ensuring that vital nutrients actually reach the places they are needed. But tonight, let us place ourselves in a relaxed posture, letting go of any sense of urgency, and simply observe how all these aspects come together in calm unity. Another gentle reminder is the role milk's proteins can play in muscle repair, whether someone is physically active or simply going about daily tasks. Proteins offer the essential amino acids that the body uses to repair microtears in muscle fibers and to build new tissue. Casein's slow-release pattern can be especially beneficial during extended periods without food intake, such as overnight. Some people find it useful to have a warm glass of milk before bed, not for any singular dramatic purpose but simply as a mild, nourishing ritual that might bring comfort. The subtle clues we derive from how milk is used in various cultures reinforce its position as a nutrient-dense choice, quietly contributing to overall well-being. Let yourself hover on these thoughts. Notice how it feels to appreciate the science behind each sip, how nature aligns so many nutritional elements in one cohesive package. Now, since we are here to be lulled by the science, let us also consider the gentle interplay of lactose, the primary sugar in milk. Lactose is a disaccharide made up of glucose and galactose, both of which can supply energy to your cells. The body employs a special enzyme known as lactase to break down lactose, and in some individuals, there may be lactose intolerance if lactase production is insufficient. That is another reminder about just how individualized our nutritional experiences can be, and how milk's availability of nutrients remains consistent, even if some prefer to enjoy dairy in different forms. For those who can comfortably digest lactose, the sugars in milk act as a gentle energy source, one that pairs with the proteins and fats to deliver a slow, sustainable type of nourishment. This is part of what makes milk so effective at providing satiety and comfort, particularly during periods of rest. Indeed, one of the quiet wonders of milk is its ability to soothe. If in your own personal experience, you find a warm glass of milk to be a comforting invitation to sleep, it may be that the protein tryptophan, naturally occurring in milk, plays a small role in that calming effect. Tryptophan can be converted into serotonin, a regulating neurotransmitter, and then into melatonin over time, but the amounts present in milk alone are typically modest. Still, the ritual of slowly sipping something warm, its gentle flavor filling your senses, can ease you into a calmer mental space. In that sense, it is as though milk's chemistry and its cultural role harmonize to create a serene, resting atmosphere. Meanwhile, our interests tonight also guide us to reflect on the question of milk's place in human nutrition overall. Over centuries of agricultural practice, people have bred dairy-producing animals not just for their milk, but for the multiple benefits these animals provide. Milk can be transformed into cheese, yogurt, butter, cream and other dishes, each form showcasing a different balance of nutrients as well as different textures and flavors. Yogurt, for instance, is notable for its probiotic qualities that support a healthy gut environment, while cheese, condensed from milk proteins and fat, can deliver higher concentrations of certain nutrients in smaller portions. The presence of so many dairy products in diverse culinary traditions attests to how fundamental milk has been to various food cultures. Yet for our quiet purposes tonight, we remain primarily focused on that singular glass, the white fluid that seamlessly unites proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals. Let us next turn our attention to what might be called the intangible qualities of milk, the gentle sense of nourishment it can bring. Perhaps you have memories of childhood dinners, a cold glass of milk beside your plate. Perhaps you remember your first attempt at warming some late in the evening, feeling its gentle steam on your face. These experiences are not just personal or nostalgic, they embody centuries of human relationship with this gift from nature. Milk for many can be an emblem of comfort, especially when it is warm, soothing to the throat, and reminiscent of the earliest days of life. As you find your breathing slowing, those eyelids drifting lower, you might notice that the pace of this conversation fits nicely into your desire for rest, with each detail about milk's proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals easing you closer to sleep. It is this measured tempo of reflection that invites you to drift within the deeper currents of relaxation. The synergy of nutrients in milk can be likened to a soft lullaby for the body, all the essential elements converging in a mild, balanced package that feels neither jarring nor incomplete. Just as nature designed a fluid that could sustain new life, we can gently admire how that same fluid, centuries later, still has so much to offer to those who seek a straightforward, comforting source of nourishment. Getting a bit more nuanced about milk's proteins, let us touch upon the amino acids that these proteins are composed of. Amino acids in essence are the letters of the protein alphabet, and milk's proteins contain a wide array of these building blocks, including all 9 essential amino acids that the human body cannot produce on its own. It is this completeness, in fact, that makes milk proteins complete proteins, from repairing muscle tissue to facilitating enzyme production and developing antibodies. These amino acids contribute in manifold ways to our body's needs. Meanwhile, the fats in milk, though often discussed in terms of saturated versus unsaturated fat, are actually quite diverse. Milk fat can contain hundreds of different fatty acids, including short-chain, medium-chain, and long-chain varieties that each behave differently within the body. This variety contributes to the complex flavor profile of different dairy products, and may have unique effects on digestion. The presence of conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA, in some types of dairy has garnered interest for various health-related reasons, though we do not need to make any grand announcements about it here. Instead, we simply acknowledge, as we relax, that milk's composition is dense with subtle chemical intricacies, each contributing a thread to the broader tapestry of nutrition. Our peaceful mind can also linger on the vitamins that we have not yet highlighted quite as much, such as vitamin B5 pantothenic acid, which helps in energy metabolism and hormone synthesis, or vitamin B6 pyridoxine, important for protein metabolism and neurotransmitter function. Milk even holds smaller quantities of vitamin C, though not in very large amounts, and certain trace minerals such as zinc and selenium. Bit by bit, Each element is part of the larger design, ensuring that a mammal in its early life stages has access to nearly everything required to begin thriving. Because we linger here without urgency, let us think about how different production methods can influence milk's properties. Pasteurization, a heat treatment process, reduces harmful bacteria and extends shelf life, while ultra-high temperature UHT processing provides even longer shelf stability. Yet these processes, though functional, do not drastically alter the fundamental nutrient profile of milk. Homogenization, as we touched on, keeps the cream from separating, giving milk a consistent, smooth appearance. For some, the sensation and taste of raw milk have an appeal, partly because they feel it still carries the original flavor profile free from processing. However, from a safety standpoint, pasteurization remains the norm in many regions. Again, none of this needs to break our calm or jar us from a restful state. It simply adds detail to the swirling picture of how milk arrives in our homes. If you are feeling more relaxed by the second, let that tranquility deepen. You might imagine yourself leaning gently on the counter, the morning sun continuing to glow softly on them, creating a halo-like effect and revealing the swirl of nutrients inside. As the world outside stirs to life, you remain in a place of hushed wonder, content to absorb these simple but profound details. Another avenue for reflection is how milk intersects with various dietary preferences or constraints. We have touched briefly on lactose intolerance. There are lactose-free milks available where the lactose is pre-broken down into glucose and galactose, making it easier for those with lower lactase levels to enjoy dairy's benefits. Some individuals also prefer or require dairy alternatives, such as plant-based milks from almonds, soy, oats, coconut, or rice. These plant milks might mimic some aspects of dairy milk's flavor, texture, or nutritional profile, particularly through fortification. Yet it is worth noting that nature's original formula, the milk from mammals, arises from that centuries-long evolutionary path we have been discussing, resulting in a truly unique balance of nutrients not always fully replicated by alternatives. Without placing a value judgment on dietary choices, we can calmly acknowledge that for those who can and choose to consume it, milk remains an impressively complete and balanced resource. Meanwhile, the cultural ties to milk are abundant. In many traditions, milk is enmeshed in everything from bedtime lullabies to celebratory recipes, signifying comfort and home. Warm milk before bed is a common theme in certain cultures, and a cup of chai or other milk-based beverages might be served to guests as a welcoming gesture in others. The associations with family, warmth, and comfort can quietly reinforce a sense of calm that extends beyond the biochemical. Milk finds its place in everything from baking to sauces, from the simplest cereals to the most elaborate desserts, quietly binding ingredients together in a dance of proteins and sugars. Now, as you feel yourself sinking deeper into slumber's embrace, let the intricacies of milk's nutrition float gently through your mind one last time. Visualize the proteins that form a fluid matrix, supporting growth, repair, and vital bodily functions. See the fats gently suspended, small droplets that provide energy and help carry essential vitamins. Sense the calcium weaving through the mixture, ready to fortify bones and teeth so that we may stand and move with confidence. Envision vitamins B12 and B2, ensuring the healthy formation of blood cells, aiding in energy production, and supporting the nervous system as you navigate day-to-day life. Picture vitamins A and D, ensuring vision, health, immune function, and the proper absorption of calcium. Let these images merge, uniting in a peaceful swirl that resonates with your own body's need for rest and renewal. At this moment, it might be worth recalling the original question of how milk became nature's perfect nutrient formula, remembering that it arose through the fundamental mechanism of evolution, coaxed forward by the unwavering need to nourish offspring. Over thousands and thousands of years, the delicate ratio of macronutrients and micronutrients in milk inevitably moved closer to an ideal synergy. While the end result might vary slightly by species, the principle remains consistent. Milk is designed to offer complete nourishment, ensuring that young get an optimal start. And in modern times, humans have tapped into that natural gift to sustain their own health, finding countless ways to incorporate milk into daily life. As our calm conversation unfolds, we grow ever more aware that so many elements in nature contain their own subtle harmonies. Milk's symphony is not just about survival, it is also about comfort, continuity, and the small pleasures that weave through our days. From the first warm sip a newborn might take to the last calming cup one might enjoy before. Milk has quietly bridged the gap between physical nourishment and emotional reassurance, giving us both the building blocks for life and a gentle shared human tradition. Perhaps in days gone by, as families rose with the sunrise, they might place a pitcher of fresh milk on the kitchen table, letting the gentle light shine through, reflecting the day's possibilities. Now you can replicate that scene in your own peaceful imagination, letting the hush of the morning echo in your mind, inviting you to drift into the world of sleep, where you can process the events of your day and welcome the mysteries of your subconscious. With each breath, you may feel more at ease, each exhalation drawing away tension, each inhalation settling your mind into serenity. Imagine the slow swirl in the glass, each drip representing a building block of life, proteins that repair and rebuild, fats that sustain and energize, sugars that sweeten and rejuvenate, vitamins that quietly bolster your immune defenses, minerals that fortify your skeleton, and a balanced synergy that ties it all together into a lucid, nourishing brew. Linger here for a moment longer, simply letting the hush of this contemplation carry you away. For these 20 minutes, we have calmly meandered through the science of milk's complete nutrition, allowing each detail to soothe us, envelop us, and guide us into a gentle, restful state. When you next find yourself pouring a glass of milk or seeing one in a recipe, pause for a moment to remember this deeper insight into what it truly represents. Through a gentle lens, we see how milk's composition can help support bone strength, assist in muscle repair, and provide a balanced array of macro and micronutrients, all wrapped up in a convenient, life-giving fluid. Tonight our purpose was not to make grandiose promises, but to softly illuminate the natural harmony that is milk, so that your mind might feel comforted, your body might feel at ease, and your spirit might quietly appreciate this humble wonder. As you drift off to sleep, let all the intricacies of milk's nutrition whisper their wisdom into your dreams, reminding you that our world contains simple and beautiful resources that speak to the core of life. Close your eyes now, let your breathing guide you, and surrender to the softness of night's embrace. Thank you for sharing this gentle exploration of milk's wonders, and may your sleep be filled with calm and nourishing rest. Good night.